Hi, this is Nathan Wilson. I'm a certified tax specialist with Independence Money, and today we're going to help keep you independent from taxation. Today's topic is the dangers of having the vast majority of your retirement savings in tax deferred codes like the traditional 401k and IRA. It feels good now. And a lot of times your financial advisor or even your CPA may actually recommend you funding an IRA or contributing to a traditional 401k to get that tax deduction in this present year. Problem is, it creates a lot of dangerous taxes in retirement. So today, let's break down how dangerous the IRA is in retirement. Now, oftentimes your IRA is funded by a rollover from a 401k from a previous employer. And this goes on for a few decades. And now you've got a lot of money pre-retirement. So without further ado, let's go see what it does. All right, so this is a table that I actually produce for any new client that I onboard. The first thing I want to educate them on is what the IRA does in the tax table in retirement. So let's just say hypothetically we have $1 million in your IRA and you're 55 years old and it's nice work saving. Great job. You got $1 million at 55, it compounds, grows to 1,042,000 and keeps going and going. Now you're like 63. You possibly might want to consider retiring if you've got a lot of money. So we got about 1.5 million now, but people are living longer, so we keep working. Feels good not paying taxes. That's 60% growth there. No taxes are due. And then finally we retire. So at this point, I'm illustrating a 70-year-old retiring. They're going to start drawing some money out of that. So they're going to take, let's say, 68 grand off their $1.8 million retirement account. And they get hit with a $20,000 tax bill. And that's when they ask themselves the question, didn't I pay enough taxes while I was working? Exactly. So the problem is, we have two problems actually. One is inflation. So you have to take a little bit more money every year, pay a little bit more in taxes every year to be able to retire. The problem is at age 73, according to the new laws in 2023, you have to start taking money out. It's called a required minimum distribution. So even if you don't need the money, the IRS is going to make you start taking it out. So at this point, 76 grand comes out. You're paying about 23 grand in taxes. But then I've got some circles here. So at age 74 is what I call the tipping point. So this is when you go to your highest balance under this illustration. So $1.8 million. And then it starts dropping in value. Why? Because the required minimum distribution is greater than the growth illustrated in this account. But let's consider what happens to your account. Yes, it is dropping in balance, but let's also consider what happens to the IRS. They keep getting a higher paycheck. So at the tipping point, when you reach your highest value at 74, you're paying about 24 grand in taxes. Fast forward to age 80, you're paying almost 30 grand in taxes. So explain this to me. How is your IRA dropping in value and they still get a pay raise? Because they wrote the tax code for themselves. That is why I call the IRA, which stands for Individual Retirement Account, that's why I call it the IRS's retirement annuity, because an annuity is a stream of income you can't outlive. And your IRA is a stream of taxes to the IRS that you can't outlive. So it benefits them. So fast forward here, now we're age 93 and we have lost about 70 or 700 grand to the government before they actually take a pay cut. So in this example at age 93, you're paying about $38,700 in taxes, and it drops to $38,300 in taxes at age 94. So just so you're following along, your account hits the tipping point at 74. When it starts dropping in value, the taxes don't start dropping in value till almost 20 years later. That's how this tax code is written. So let's go through this here. You started with $1 million at age 55. You have been forced to take out about $3.3 million through RMDs and paid almost $1 million worth of taxes. But what's left is about 600 grand. And this is usually where I ask, a new client, who's your beneficiary? Well, it's my son and it's my daughter and it's 50%. Okay, great. So your son and your daughter are going to split basically 600 grand, get 300 grand a piece. Great. But no, the IRS is actually your beneficiary because over your lifetime, you paid almost $1 million worth of taxes. Then when that 600 grand goes to your son and your daughter, they inherit an unpaid tax bill. So we'll call that 180 grand. So the total lifetime taxes on this IRA is over 1.1 million. And what your son and daughter in this example get a split is about 400 grand. So the IRA is built for the IRS. And if I look at it in today's ratios, I like to look at it like, let's bring this down to, home court, age 55, we've got $1 million in your IRA here. How much of that is going to go to taxes over the lifetime? 116% of that account is going to go to taxes. You're basically going to get the growth. They're going to get the value. So just to give you a little bit of disclosures here, I ran this RMD calculator off of bankrate.com. I illustrated it at 4.25% growth rate and a hypothetical 30% tax rate. One more point on tax rate. You may be, hey, I'm in the 15% federal bracket. Well, then add state, add the fact that your IRA causes taxes on your Social Security, add the fact that your IRA causes your Medicare premiums to be set, and add all that together. That's why I illustrated it at 30% tax rate. Stay tuned. If you want to see the next video about the history of tax rates, what you can do about it, and the triple tax protected code, which doesn't cause all these problems in retirement. Thanks for your comments, shares, likes, and we appreciate you. Take care.